All you sports fans out there, this is Dwayne Fulton. I'm here with the head basketball coach of Columbus High, Mr. Gary Griffin. First of all, Coach, we want to welcome you to your own show. And we thank you. And he's the new head basketball coach. And also, we just want to let everybody know Coach Griffin is from this area. He played at Columbus High. He played in college and came back. And you rarely see that, where coaches come back to coach. He has 18 years of coaching experience, and his experience has brought him this, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with the defending 6A basketball champions, which has a target on your back. So now everybody wants to play against Columbus. But then again, Coach, we want to welcome you as being the first-year head coach here, and also want to talk about being, congratulations to winning the regionals, districts, and the state championship. And we just kind of want everybody to talk about your coaching style here at Columbus, what to expect out of your team this year, and as we come out and support you.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you all for allowing me to be on the show and talk about the expectations of the program at Columbus High School in terms of basketball, both athletically and academically.
Right.
We are very proud for what we've accomplished both last year and what we're planning on accomplishing this year. We ended up with the gold ball, first one in school history. It brought a lot of pride, not only to the school district, the students, but our community as well. And we just want to thank our community for backing us and everything we do. Also our school level employees from the central office. But in terms of style of play, we're doing a lot of things similar to last year, especially the conditioning part of it. We talked about we have to be in better shape than anybody. If we're in better shape than anybody physically, we're going to be in better shape mentally than other teams. So that's our number one goal, is to outwork people. And so we just want to use our athletic ability, our length, and our size to press the issue and get up tempo and get up the floor.
Right. That's good. You started off 3-0 this season. You had a big win up in Pontotoc. Let's kind of talk about those first 3 games and keeping the team on a winning track.
Right. The first 3 games, we ended up on top. We've had some adjustments to make, but anytime you play and throughout the season, it's going to be a game of adjustments.
Right.
And what we have to realize is we're playing with so many new players that they have to become familiar with each other in terms of playing together and things of that nature. So what we've done is we've realized that our expectations don't change because of our personnel, but it only makes our expectation rise in terms of how we want to make our kids work that much harder to achieve another gold ball.
I tell you what, you have Robert Wooder. He's known in the state and across the nation. He's a dandy dozen. Let's talk about the players that you have around him, some new faces that's going to support him.
Yes, and going into the year, we knew that it was going to be a challenge for Robert in terms of stepping his game up. We knew that he would step his game up, but we had to put a supporting cast around him.
Right.
Fortunately, we've had some kids come back in our school district that was at the private school district, such as Jabores Frazier. He's about 6'6", 250 pounds. We also had Dorian Brewer come from Columbus Christian, who also was in our district previously,
right,
and he's a guard. And Denaje Harris played on the team last year. Didn't get much playing time, but he's grew about 3 inches over the summer, and he's primed and ready to go this year. And lastly, we had a kid transfer in from New Hope that's about 6'6", and he's going to help us out also.
That's awesome. Tomorrow night you'll be going into Starkville, one of our bitter rivals. And then after that, I want you to kind of talk about what we have coming up. We have some great tournaments with great competition coming up.
Yes, the Starkville game, it will be an interesting game, that I'm looking forward to. Anytime you go over to Starkville and play, you already know you're going into a hostile environment.
Right.
Very hard to win no matter what kind of team you have and what kind of team they have, because they're going to play you that much harder.
Right.
So our kids are looking forward to the challenge of going over there and stepping their games up and playing together so we can come back with a W for the Falcons. Then we have a couple of more tough games in the Orsmond Jordan Classic on Saturday. Then we'll be traveling to Callaway in Jackson to play on next Tuesday. And we'll round it off with the Lighthouse Tournament in Corinth, Mississippi, where we'll be playing Southwind out of Memphis which is a known powerhouse in that area. And then we'll be finishing up with Spain Park out of Hoover, Alabama, which they have a top 100 player as well, who has committed to Memphis. And so we're looking forward to those challenges because we know you're going to only be as good as the teams you play.
Right.
And so we want to raise the rigor in terms of our schedule so we can be battle tested when it's time for postseason to take place.
Okay. Coach, football season is over. We want all you fans out there to come out and rally behind both our basketball programs here as they both make runs back to the state capital to try to bring home another gold balls. And also, we just want to say congratulations to you. We know the bullseye is on Columbus. Boys back. A lot of folks are shooting for us every night. You're going to get everybody's best shot. So we just want to say, want all the fans out there to come out and support Coach Griffin in his first year being a head coach. And like he says, 18 years into the program here in Columbus. And that speaks a lot to come back into the community and coach the team here. So we thank you, man. And then also to you fans out there, we'll be seeing you again next week. We're going to bring some cameras into your practice, kind of follow you around for a day and just kind of get to know Coach Griffin a little bit better. So next week, same time, same station. See you at the game, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Oh, y'all serious?
Hey, this is Dwayne Fulton. We'd like to welcome you to the Lady Falcon Basketball Show with the head coach, CEO, president of the women's basketball team, Coach Yvonne Harrison. Thank you, Coach Harrison, for coming out to your own show.
What a great introduction there. We're excited.
Okay.
I'm excited about starting this new program here at Columbus, letting people know a little bit more about what we do and how we do it.
Right. We just want to say congratulations. As you know, out there in basketball land, Coach Harrison, you won the district championship, the regional championship, and you made a run for state. You lost in the first round of state. Now, what does that kind of mean to your team as far as these young ladies that's coming up?
Okay, well, last year, like we said, we made it to the Elite Eight, and that was a big accomplishment for us for last year. But now we're building on that. We got 6 seniors that are coming back, and they're excited about what we're getting ready to do. We lost a post player inside, but we're hoping to make up those points with some younger post players and also being able to shoot the ball outside a little bit better.
Let's talk about your seniors, because your starting lineup, you have 4 seniors.
I do. I have 4 seniors on that starting lineup.
Okay, and led by your top player, is that Zaria?
Zaria Jenkins is she'll be wearing number 15. You'll see a lot of her next year. She's led us in the last couple games with 24 points on both nights against Choctaw Central and then against West Lowndes, and I think Neshoba Central she had 13.
Yeah, you just had a big win up in Neshoba Central.
We did, and we did. The teams that we've had, like Coach Griffin said earlier about our competition, our level of competition is really high. So hopefully that'll help us over into district play.
A lot of fans out there don't notice this, but state championship, this lady knows about that. She won a state championship at New Hope in basketball, and she went on to Mississippi State and was an athlete there. So when your team asks you about what is it like to win a state championship, what do you have to do?
Okay, well, first of all, I understand the principle behind it, and it's fundamentals, and you got to be self-disciplined, and you got to be able to communicate with each other, and it's also the camaraderie between the teams. You got to be able to work together at all times. It's a family-like atmosphere, because if you don't have that, then you're not going to work together out there on that court, and so those kind of things are very important to me in our program.
Now, everybody, they come out to see your teams play, and I can also say, like I talked to Coach Griffin, your teams play hard. And just elaborate on your coaching style. What do you expect when those young ladies hit the floor? What do they know they have to do to satisfy Coach Harrison? Okay,
and we say this every time when before the game, and we have this little chant that we say, but every time we always say we got to fight. You got to fight for every minute, for every second, for every game. You got to fight. And that mentality, and that goes over into their life too, because when situations get bad or whatever, you got to fight for what you want. That's in your job, in your classroom, with your family, whatever. So we want them to be able to take what they learn from basketball and then apply it to their real life situation. So we expect for them to play hard, and nobody's going to give us anything. They're not going to give us anything in life. So basketball is representing life to me, and that's what I try to teach those life skills. Just keep fighting, no matter what people throw at you. You just keep fighting.
Right, that's great. You know something, and a lot of times, I know myself and you and other coaches find themselves going back to what that coach taught you.
Yeah.
Those little small sayings and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, we just want to elaborate on this. You got a big game coming up. You're on a winning streak. You got a big game coming up in Starkville tomorrow. One of our rivals, hated rivals, all out there. I'm quite sure they're watching the show. And
hope.
this is what you're expecting for your team to go, like I said, hostile environment.
Right.
What do you tell your team when you go into environments like that? What do you basically huddle your girls up and say?
Okay, well, really, they know the importance of this game. Okay, I'm not gonna win that game tomorrow on the floor. I've already won that game. If we're gonna win it, we got to win it during practice. We got to set it up so they'll be able to be successful on Tuesday night. Now, they're not going to give us anything over in Starkville. We know that it's going to be a competitive game, you know, from the beginning to the end. So, and it goes back to that philosophy again. Just keep fighting. You know, for every second, you just got to keep fighting until the buzzer goes off, and then hopefully, you know, we'll come out being a competitor. I mean,
Let's talk about the depth of your team. The players on the bench. You have some good depth this year. It's a senior-led team, but you also have some sophomores and juniors that's going to really contribute to what you're trying to do out there on the floor.
I mean, we
do start a sophomore, right?
We do.
Okay.
We start a sophomore, and it's like the most important thing is that we're building them from the middle school to the 9th grade, and then when they come into our program, then they're ready to play. That is some of the things that we're seeing. We also have started to move some of our players up and not let them play 9th graders, those ones that are ready to go ahead. But on each level, in the 7th and 8th grade and 9th grade, they're teaching the same philosophy.
Right.
And that same mindset, be self-disciplined, work hard, you know, just keep fighting for everything.
Okay. And most people don't know this about Coach Harrison. She's an ex and old person. I had the opportunity to know that because I coached a couple of years in her program. She is now, here's the thing about Coach Harrison. You have to do it right. You have to do it her way. Now, what would you say to those upcoming young girls and, like I said, the middle school kids that's going to be coming into your program? First of all, tough defense, tough man-to-man defense, and run your offense.
Right.
And here's another thing: what you demand a lot of discipline. Which also, what I really love about you is in the classroom and on the court.
Right.
Just like you said, as you go on to life, that's going to give you life lessons.
Right.
We're going to talk about the district. Who are some of the teams in the district that might be a challenge to?
Tupelo, of course. I haven't really seen Hernando. I know they have a new coach. South Panola, they have Coach Hams, who also played at Mississippi State University. So I have to respect her knowledge of the game. So, you know, any team on any given night can be a great competitor for us. But I think right now, it's just for me, just looking at it, I think it's Tupelo is going to be a big battle for us. It's hard to win a game in Tupelo.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, but, you know, we're excited for the challenge, though.
Right,
You know,
right.
hey, that's what we do this for.
That's
Big
it.
game on Tuesday night. I mean, they should be excited about it because that's what we work hard for, to see where we are.
Quick question. Now, what a lot of folks out there don't know, Coach Hay, you don't won a district how many times?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We ain't bragging. We just telling the truth around here.
I've been at Columbus this is going on my 9th year, and I've won the district 5 times.
5 times, right?
Yeah, and
Coach of the year, how many times?
I have never been the coach
No,
of the year.
not coach of the year. Coach in the district, in the region.
But they have not given me that honor.
What?
No, they have not. But I mean, it's coming.
It's coming, right?
You know, and I just believe that it's coming my way. And when it gets here, I'm going to be very, very excited for it. I tell you. Maybe I'm just not working hard enough or holding my mouth right there with them old people.
I don't believe that. Because anytime you win the district that many times in the region, you definitely should receive the accolades of being Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Coach, where are we going to be at Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, we're traveling with the boys down at Callaway, that first game, and then this Saturday we're going to the Ogden Jordan tournament down there, and we'll play Forest Hill as of now. We have a very competitive schedule, but that's what we want. And hopefully with these games that we'll be thoroughly ready to go into district play in late December, 1st of January.
Okay, Coach, you know, we know you're getting ready for the big game tomorrow and everything. We ain't gonna take up much of your time, but we will be here next week, same time, same station, back with Coach Harrison. We're gonna also grab her before the game and after the games, as we're gonna be streaming some of the games, and we're gonna be talking to some of your players. We're gonna let you pick a player of the week, and we'll probably try to talk to them, and we're gonna have a play of the week. And then also, we're just gonna try to give you, the fans out there, an in-depth look at the Lady Falcons, what they do. And this ain't no cakewalk. This is a job.
Right.
A lot of people think you just jump up on that sideline, but that's not the story. Hey, we just want to thank everybody. We want to thank you, Coach Harrison, for your time, and we look forward to talking and seeing you next week.
Thank y'all.
All right?
That was
Good job.
good.